Mommy, I gotta have a puppy. Please, please, Mommy, can I get him? Puppy. I gotta have a puppy. Please, please, Daddy, can I get him? Puppy. I gotta have a puppy. Please, please, Mommy, can I get him? Puppy. I gotta have a puppy. Please, please, Daddy, can I get him? I'll feed him, I'll pet him, I'll play catch with him every day. I'll wash him, I'll brush him, I'll be.
Hi, I'm David Glass, the mayor of Petaluma, and it's nice to be with you. We're at the animal shelter today, sitting on one of these iron benches that the kids at the high school shop produced several years ago, quite a few years ago when we started that program, and it continues on. I ask for it in every single project that comes to Petaluma, and recently a developer came in and offered the benches. He knew I was going to ask, and he just flat out up front said he's going to go through the high school shop program and provide benches work for those kids so they can learn trade and skills. So I'm happy to know that. It's good to be here at the animal shelter and sitting on this bench produced by Dan Sunia's class at the Petaluma High School about 10 years ago. With me is Valerie Fausone. And Valerie, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
The Rooster Booster, it's come and gone, August 1st.
It was fun. We had a good time. Lots and lots of people. Everyone was happy visiting, and we raised a good deal of money for our vet bills, which is, our primary cost here. So worked out to be, I don't know if we have the final totals in yet. We're still waiting for some other data to come in, but it's something to the equivalent of like 10 full vet days.
And I'm looking out there.
Deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal because 25 surgeries during one day. So that's a lot of animals that we can help.
Well, speaking of animals, you drive in and it's, how many kittens do you have?
God, that's a question for Kathy. But we have, the way we do it here, just so everyone understands out there, is that when we get kittens in that are too young, they go to foster. So they don't live here. We never have kittens who live here. So good thing that sign doesn't say that. What happens is when they reach a weight limit, they can come in and get their medical done. What we do is they are coming quickly for adoption and then hopefully back out. So we do have probably 6 or 7 in here right now, and many more out pending. So they come in on medical, get their surgeries done, and then they go up for adoption. So we've got plenty for you to see today, but lots out in the wings too. Certainly kitten season's not over with.
I know I was talking to some friends, Matt and Valerie McGuire, and Matt, former Petaluma City Council member, and he worked hard for a lot of years donating time, money, effort to this animal shelter, and really was there at times when it was critical that the animal shelter get life support is what it amounts to. And Matt and Marie, they have a couple of foster kittens in their home, but they already said, when they're eligible for adoption, they're going to stay right there in that home. That's kind of what happens,
that's right. Well, that's what we call, we love that particular brand of failure. We call it foster fail. So that's when we celebrate failure big time, and we're like, well, I guess you got to keep them. And it's fun. No, we have that sometimes with puppies and seniors, and you can't help it. You fall in love with them.
That's just great. I mean, the Rooster Booster event, that was really good. So if people want to put it on their calendar for next year, I know you work on these things on a calendar for a long period of time. Do you have a date set aside yet?
It's always just the first week. We try for the first week of August, so that's our target one. But we have, it was so interesting because right at the Rooster Booster time, when we were all ready to go with it, we got a call from Aquas and John Crowley and Diane, and they said, hey, how'd you like to be the beneficiary of the funds that we raise for the Foundry Festival coming up September 27th? And we were like, hello, we would love that. And so we got together really quick, and that's going to be, they've got 5 bands lined up. It's going to go from like 11:30 to 7. We're going to have the cuddle shuttle there packed full of kittens and dogs and bunnies and whatnot. And one of our adopters happens to be like the rock star of face painting. And she's going to come down there, and she's going to paint all our faces and all the kids, and we're going to have pictures. It's just going to be a carnival of fun. So hopefully a lot of people will come out for the music, the food, the animals. and face painting and all kinds of fun stuff.
Wow, I'm really looking forward to that because that's a great day-night doubleheader. So
It is.
don't tell my wife because I don't want her to find out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Foundry Wharf and kick it off on the 27th. You say that starts at 11 o'clock?
11:30, and that's when I think the first band's going to start, and it's going to go all the way till 7, and we're just really excited because last year they did it for COTS, and we just feel like that's amazing that they would pick us. Like,
Well,
we're in good company.
And
Good
right after,
company.
you're running from 11:30 to 7, so I've got this all plotted out. Now, don't tell my wife,
Yeah, I
okay?
won't.
So, because then we're going to leave. I mean, at least I'm going to leave.
Right.
Can't tell my wife. We're going to go from, let's see, the Foundry down to the Petaluma Museum because they're going to have a display about the history of the Petaluma Gap and wine from the Petaluma Gap and the history of the transfer of property from General Vallejo and all of that. And they'll have, I'm sure, a lot of great wine at the museum on that night, but don't tell my wife, okay?
I promise. That's right. Well, hopefully you can stay with us, and then you could just slither right on over there. Won't that be great? You can come, do both. It'll be a double header for you.
Yeah, and see what happens is they're tax-deductible calories. So the deal that I've made, if not with my wife, with the IRS, the tax-deductible calories don't count. So, this is a great season. All of these of great ways to have a good time and raise money for a lot of good events in Petaluma.
Right, that's right. Plus, we got all our new shirts. So we have our Army of Kindness shirts and our Let's Save 'Em All shirts, and we'll be selling them. And we've got prizes for kids, and we have a big prize wheel. So the kids love to do that because we let them spin it and they win stuff. And so Jeff and Mark and I and myself and Kathy, and we're all going to be down there with our volunteers, just selling tickets and having a great time. So that was just so much fun because we were amazed. We just thought, wow, how do we wind up so lucky to get that? So we're working with John and Diane on that, and that's going to be super fun. And then we're going to get quickly into fall where we start doing more events at the shelter and leading up to the holidays, which is going to include everything from our, holiday bake sale, our Black Friday bonanza, because we decided, in marketing, when we have our marketing conversations, we were like, well, wait a sec. If all the retail centers in the world do this Black Friday thing, we should do something like that. Would that work? We don't know. So we tried it the very first year, and it was a blowout. It was amazing. People get here at 7 o'clock in the morning. And we offer them a little bit of a discount, some banana bread and some coffee, and they're all about it. And we're going to adopt animals all day. Yeah, so we're just planning the rest of our fall and winter. I know, can you believe that?
No.
It works. I know, but we last year we probably had 50 people here.
At what time?
Like between 8 and 10.
Oh, okay. So it's not like the 4 a.m. openers.
No. But although if that would help us adopt animals, we'd be here all night. That's fine.
What about the slumber parties
Oh, yeah.
that you've had?
People have been asking for that. So, and I think the reason is because there's a really funny picture of some of us, like me included, on our Jumbotron behind the front desk, because they're like, why are all those people taking care of animals in their bathroom? It was, it's just one weird thing we did, But anyway, people love that, and we're going to be doing that in probably the first week of November. It's going to start getting cold, and we'll have to get our pajamas on and see if we can do some business. Well, because last year we gave the adopter, if you came in your jammies, a free adoption. The spirit of,
That's pretty good. If you can't afford pajamas, put it off until this event comes along and you get a twofer then. You get a pair of pajamas, you go buy them, and you get a free pet.
Well, and this is a great opportunity for me to address one thing. Sometimes when we do these free things or we do discounts and things like that, we get some letters and some citizens who are concerned about that. And they say, well, if somebody can't afford to pay an adoption fee, then why are you giving them an animal? So it's a very interesting study that was done by Maddie's Fund, which is a huge advocacy group located in the Bay Area, has done extensive research on this, and we know from data, and we know also from our history here and keeping in touch with our adopters, that there's absolutely no difference in the quality of care you get. What happens is you attract those people. It's sort of an evil marketing scheme because the dads and moms that were on the fence now have no excuse, and their kids find out about it, and then in they come. So it's really that. But the animals are very well cared for, free adoption or not.
It's a attention getter.
It is,
It's something
that's
that
all.
people, you get their attention, then you can make a sale. So in any speech they talk about, the first thing you have to do is have an attention step.
You do. And so I just would like to address that for people who are concerned. Like, what are those crazy, wacky animal shelter people doing? We know from actual serious research and from our own connections with our own adopters that it makes absolutely no difference in the long-term outcome of the animal. But it's just a marketing stunt. That's it.
So what about the dogs that are available today? What do we got?
Oh, God. Well, I'm very proud to say to everybody out there and to you, as the leader of our city, that
We don't have any dogs.
we don't have very many because they all got a home, and so we've got not our population is down, which is okay because we have you remember we took that contract in Healdsburg, and we have a partnership now with Sonoma Humane up there, and there was a behavior case that came in. It was an abuse case that occurred in Healdsburg, so we have him here. And so I'm a certified dog trainer, and so is Devin. So our area of expertise happened to match up with what he needed. So within our own sort of network, we were able to pull him down here and support him. So you're going to meet him today. His name is Poppy, and he's working on all kinds of good behaviors, and so he's wonderful. And the rest of them are some of them came in stray, but you'll see we've only got 5-6 dogs right now. We had a big adoption push, and that's great because we hold it because we could go rescue a ton of them if we want, but really right now the dogs we have here are best served by a quiet shelter. So we have to always sort of put their needs ahead of anything. And a quiet, so you'll notice when we go out there, it's much more calm, and they need that.
I got a great idea. I'm going to turn my dog in as a lost, just a stray, because you are so good, you see, at training dogs, and Devin too. And I can't find anybody that's really that good. So how do I get my dog into this program? You know what I mean?
You bring them in here, and you tell them, listen, I'm going to bring, well, I tell that to my own dogs. I threaten them all the time. When they do something naughty, I say, listen, I have the ACO's home phone number. They don't care.
No. Okay, we got to see how this works. Maybe we do a before and after on our dog, and we'll find out. Our dog is famous.
I know, that's right.
Yeah, but anyway, wonderful dog with us. Wonderful dog with us. Only with us.
That's right.
Anyway.
That's right. That's what, and that does happen, and so we have to treat that. And there's ways we can do that, and I could talk to you about that later. We've got some beautiful kittens in. Beautiful. We've got some interesting animals to show you. We've got a really friendly bunny, and that's been cracking me up because bunnies, if you're a bunny person, you understand bunny behavior. If you're not a bunny person, you just can't understand what's going on because this bunny will hop up and like try to nibble at you. And so we've had actual citizens come flying out of there going, "What, that bunny? I don't know what's going on with the bunny." So the happy bunny is in there, and we have a dove, a hand-tamed dove, beautiful dove. I'll show you. And we've got our dogs and cats, and we've been just doing great guns with adoptions. We're obsessed with that. So we're always trying these things and working on it. And again, thankful for Petco because a lot of our mature cats and some of our kittens on the weekends when we're closed go to Petco to be seen there. So that only makes logical sense. If we're not going to be around, they can either go back to foster. I mean, kittens can't just hang around in a building where there's not much going on. So they go to Petco. So we're thankful for that.
All right, well, let's head on in and see the animals. Maybe we'll even talk to some animals.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, here we are, Valerie, with Shelby. Tell us about Shelby.
Shelby is 5 years old, and she is a lab boxer, ridgeback, I don't know, mini mix, and she's about 40 pounds. And what I love about her, she's really a medium-sized dog, and she loves other dogs. She's been raised with kids and cats, and good girl. Here she is sitting. Come on, up here. Oh, very sweet, cheerful is how I would describe her. She's just adorable, super nice, just happy. I know. You're like, how are you 5? You're like a puppy. Get down.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come on, up here. Show everyone your cute face. She's trying. Come on.
Can you turn to the camera?
Go this way. She said, no, I'm trying to sit for turkey. She knows I have turkey in here. That's what it is. You want to have some cookies? Good job. Turn around. Come here. Come here. So anyway, Shelby's been with us a short time, and she came in with a kitty. And what she's all about is just she needs, a good walk and a nice family and a place to cuddle, and she's going to be fine. She's not a very complicated dog. And she's a great retriever. You can throw a ball, and she'll bring it right back and gently sort of put it on your feet. Oh, it's lovely. I love that.
So did Shelby come out of a home that just had to give Shelby up?
Yeah, housing pressure is very hard in Northern California, as you probably know. And so rentals are difficult. And so to find a pet-friendly rental who will take a dog and a cat proved challenging for them. So it was heartbreaking for them. Sad.
This is a dog that's been trained, well cared for, well groomed, lovable. We got to move Shelby out. I mean, that's really it.
I'm just going to let her go. She's a great dog. So that's what we have to do is just find her a home and also help the people who brought her here. Just give them a hug and tell them we're going to take good care of them. That's all you can do.
How long has Shelby been here?
Just about 5 days.
So is Shelby on Facebook already?
Oh, yeah. We've got adorable pictures of her. She's got her bandana on. Yeah, she's going to be just fine. We'll find her a home. We've had visits already. So we don't keep animals tremendously long periods of time here by design. So I'm hopeful it'll be soon her turn.
You know what's interesting about doing this program is so often people will tell me where they saw a pet and they went down to the animal shelter and the animal shelter already had moved that pet out. Well, that's kind of the pattern of this.
Right.
So just with this program, people will see the type of pets that are available rather than the actual pet, maybe.
Right. And, it's so important. People can follow us on Facebook or look on the website, but I always encourage people to look at Facebook first because it's a much more casual way that we can introduce you to our animals. The way shelter software works is that we have to have all our boxes checked, and then it shows up on our website, which is great because that's fine. But 4 days ahead of time, I can say, look, Shelby came in. We're waiting for her medical, but if you want to see her, you can come and take a look. So it's just a way to see some more videos and who's coming available, who may be available Friday and not today, and get some adorable pictures and maybe some more insight into the animal. So Facebook is a great way to do that.
So tell me about this. You kind of tease the animal on Facebook. Do you show a picture of the animal when you tease?
And video and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, several different pictures. We don't just usually go with one. We go with several of the animal doing something that's like a dog would. We try not to have pictures of them in cages and stuff because we try to rotate them around and give everyone play yard time. We're just trying to be, as nice as possible and make sure that our pictures look good, that our place is clean, that our animals are fresh, and everybody looks great. What do you think of that? Shelby, come here. Get up here. Show your face. She's going backwards. Here. Show everyone.
Okay, so a lot of times if somebody wanted to go out and buy a dog like this and went through a process of fair market value, what kind of cost is there?
Well, there's people selling dogs on Craigslist for a couple $100. Luckily, for everyone around here, you can get a dog from us for $90, and that dog is already spayed and neutered, microchipped, and vaccinated, including rabies. So it's very good value.
So Shelby's here.
Yeah.
Look at Shelby. That's the most lovable dog ever.
I know.
All right. So Shelby is here, and how long do you think that Shelby will be around? I mean, is it going to be? So is Shelby still? She's been here 5 days. Is she past the point of now at least being acclimated and assimilated into the animal shelter so she'll show well?
Yeah, she does. She shows well. And some of these guys are working on that. You're hearing some barking in the back. And she's settled down. It takes time for animals to adjust. And so she's done that very well. So she's showing great. She's going to have no problem finding a home. And hopefully soon. That's our claim to fame. We want to clip them out of here as quick as possible. There's just no good benefit for an animal to linger in an animal shelter. It's for a lot of reasons, for behavior reasons, for disease reasons, it's terrible. It hurts the volunteers. It hurts everyone to see them languish. So we've got to market, and do our adoption events every Saturday and hustle for them. That's our job.
All right, so Shelby's here now. You'll see Shelby perhaps in the back files on Facebook by the time you see this on Petaluma Community Access. But maybe not. Maybe Shelby will still be here. Check it out. And if Shelby's not here, it's like a bus. One's coming right after the other one leaves. They just keep on coming.
That's right. We always have something for everyone. And also for any of our people out there who are thinking about getting a dog, you can come in here and tell me what you think that you want, and we'll be on the lookout and give you an email when we get something like that. So it's a good resource for people to remember that. We don't just deal with the ones we have now. We can help you find something for the future.
If someone says, oh, Shelby is wonderful but a little too big, you've got a dog's that are
Yep.
really on the small side.
Yeah, we do. Well, and it's weird enough, we just don't get that many medium size. We either get them really big and really small. So she's a great size for people who are really into a medium dog. But yeah, we get small dogs all the time. And last week we just happened to have the cutest puppies ever. And so, it's puppy season still, so we could get another mom and pup. And those are pretty popular. So, right now we have bigs and littles and one medium. That's it. Sounds like pizza.
Well, let's go and take a look at some of the other dogs that are here at the Petaluma Animal Shelter. Where's Shelby? Shelby want a treat? Shelby. Look at Shelby. Look at this. Sit. Stay. Oh, you're so much better than the city council, Shelby. Thank you. Yeah. Isn't that something? Smallest little precious doggy.
Yeah. She came in with another male. This is a female, and she came in with a male who's intact. And she is only 6 months old and is experiencing her first heat. So we had to separate them naturally because that's the only smart thing to do. But the dogs themselves don't understand why. And she's missing her friend on the other side of the wall. So she's having a tough day.
All right. It'll all get better.
It will. And we're going to also make sure once she reaches her stray hold time is up that she's already vaccinated, as is every animal who comes in here, which will get her, if she's unclaimed, we will give her spay surgery and make sure she's okay. And she does lots of play groups with little dogs. So she's fearful and worried right now, but that's not something we're going to put up with long term. We're going to work on it.
So you have 2 dogs here. They both are stray.
Yes. But we still have to treat them and be concerned with their emotional well-being and their physical well-being. So physically, it's good to separate them right now. And also, our volunteers are just sitting with them in the morning just to make sure, we can comfort them a little bit. It's hard, to come in here, be separated from your what could be your brother. It's hard.
So how long until they're up for adoption?
Hi, sweetheart. Probably, in this case, they have no ID, so it would be 7 business days from when they came in. So, probably in another week. So we'll see.
Okay, there's a couple of really small puppies, and they won't get very big, but they'll fill your heart. So there they are at the animal shelter.
That's right.
Got the cats.
That's right. We're in Kitten Central down here. And look at this one. This is Raccoon, and she is absolutely gorgeous. It's hard to see on film, but she has this amazing sort of white tips on the edge of this, and she's got the ear tufts, and she is so beautiful. But look how tiny she is.
How old?
She's just about 9 weeks old, and she came in with Felice over there, who's a little bit more shy, so Felice was like, no, I don't want to be on TV. So Raccoon was all about it. So that's what we have, and we also have a whole variety of kittens up in front. But for example, this is a great kitten for some active family who maybe has some kids or want to play with an active kitten. That'd be super good. We always have kittens. And so the insider tip on that is that our vet day is always Thursday. And so once the surgeries are done, the public can come in Fridays for your always new kittens every Friday. So Friday at 1 is your best kitten time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and the kittens will be how old approximately?
They could be 9-10 weeks. They really have to be over 2 pounds for us to do surgery. So there's a weight limit. And so these guys were raised in foster care by a foster mom who fed them and cared for them. So all of our kittens, that's another good thing for the public to understand, is our kittens are hand raised. They're not raised here, so they're raised with the family.
So we were talking about Matt and Laurie McGuire have foster kittens. That's what they have?
That's right. And so then they come back in here, and they've been raised around kids and other kitties and doggies and, household noises and surfaces. That's always super important. So we have great, well-rounded kitties who are looking just to be a nice cat.
Okay, so people come down to the animal shelter and they'll see maybe a few kittens at this particular time, but there's a whole supply of kittens then out there on foster homes?
That's right, a whole bunch. So what you need to do is just come down here Friday at 1 or Saturday. If you can't make it on Friday, that's fine. We usually have kittens also on Saturdays. So,
but Friday at 1, you
Friday
get the
at
pick
1,
of the litter.
Yeah, that's right. You get to then you got a lot of inventory for that.
All right, so now you know how that works.
Yeah.
So let's talk about having a cat in the house.
Yeah.
What kind of family is suited to having a cat? What is it like to have a cat? I mean, a dog you train, and the dog is man's best friend. What are you in for with a cat?
Well, with kittens, and it's not that different than puppies in that people largely underestimate the amount of disruption. Kittens can go up your curtains and, all kinds of, negative things like that. So, ow. Or they can bite you in the finger, as the case may be. So what you have to remember is that they are babies, and you have to provide them with plenty of stimulus and lots of fun things to do. Kids love to play with them. Or in the best case scenario, get two, so they can play with each other. It's super cool. Yeah. So you just have to remember that, just like everything else, when you're taking on a responsibility like that, it's always a lot more involved than you figure it will be. But luckily here we have our wonderful cat care coordinator, Kathy Souza, who is there to answer questions at the time of adoption and following adoption. She's always there. So you get 3 months into it and you're like, something's going on. You can always contact Kathy. So that's one thing that our shelter does really well at, is supporting adoption, so that even a year later call. Yeah, we're all about that. So I would just say plan on, definitely having some kitten play time, exercise time, making sure you feed the kitten the right food, making sure that, you've got the kittens and things contained. So you don't want to, have a bunch of kittens near your favorite crystal collection, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we have the dogs, the cats. Dogs and cats can fight, and then you got the cats and a bird.
Yeah, and a bird. Well, we've got a bird here. Look, this is the nicest dove. But yeah, you got to watch your curtains, your birds, your dogs, all that stuff. But they don't chew up any shoes or go over your fence. So,
okay,
right?
So you don't want to wind up with feathers. You want to keep your bird.
That's right. Well, that's it.
Let's take a look at the bird.
All right.
Well, tell us about this bird.
This is a ringneck dove, and it's tame. And a citizen found this bird flapping around on their driveway, and then brought him or her in. And super, super sweet. And so very curious, handsome bird. And so we're looking for a home, hopefully who knows something about these guys and who can give them a great life in a way bigger cage.
Is there a guess as to how old this bird is?
We don't know. Looks pretty young to us. And this guy here, let's see if he'll jump on my finger. We'll see. Come on. Want to get him? See?
Oh, wow.
See? Isn't that okay? But see, very, very friendly, very, very friendly. And I'm not, a great bird handler, and I was very clumsy about that. And he was like, okay, very, very sweet. So there are people who keep these birds and who love these birds and are concerned about these birds, and we're just hoping to make sure we get one of those guys in and come and adopt him. And birds tend to hang around a while, so hopefully your viewers will be able to see this and go, hey, I'm a bird guy, and come right down.
All right, and if they're not a bird person, maybe they want a rabbit.
Oh, this bunny.
Well, here's the bunny. Tell us about that.
Well, this bunny was found by a citizen and was brought in as a stray. And so immediately we started to hug on this bunny and hold her like a baby. And she was just the most friendliest thing. And so she's been here about a week, and we're still in the hunt, because it's such a nice girl. You would think somebody's missing their bunny, but in the event not, we'll be adopting her out. So we've called her Bunny, which is very boring name. We need to get a better name than that. But she's here waiting for the right home. And according to the bunny experts, what we're looking for is an indoor home where she can have a lot of bunny people can go ahead and put their bunnies outside in the backyard while they're under supervision and things. But anyway, primarily a indoor home with a nice habitat and some great, excellent food. And this bunny should be one happy kid. So.
It looks like the bunny really is moving his nose quite a bit there, trying to figure out what strange smells with us in here.
Just trying to understand what this is. You see, she's not afraid of us. She's just sort of looking around. We don't want to overwhelm her right now, but she's just looking around, seeing what's here, and she loves to greet our guests and comes up to the front, and she's amazing, very, very cute. But handling bunnies is the bunny people understand that sometimes bunnies like affection and sometimes they don't. So you just gotta know your bunny stuff. That's for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Valerie, for joining us. Valerie Fausone, certified dog trainer here at the Petaluma Animal Shelter, and it's been a great day at the shelter. A lot of good fundraising events coming up. Keep your eye on that Foundry Wharf fundraising event starting at 11:30 with music brought to you by the Aquas. That's September 27th. That's a Saturday on your schedule, and you go right from 11:30 to 7 for that event, and then head on over to the museum and enjoy the fundraiser that they'll be having as well. That's a big day of tax-deductible calories, and I hope to see you there at both events. I'm David Glass, Mayor of Petaluma. My thanks to the dogs, the cats, the birds, and the bunnies, and Valerie Fausone for joining us today from the Animal Shelter.
Now I have a puppy. Thank you, Daddy, for letting me have him.